Well, good day everybody. Steve from Ducks 4-Drive Touring, staring straight at the sun, so I'm squinting a bit. Sorry about that. Back at my favourite park to give you a quick little intro into another set of lights I've been sent. So I'll get right onto that now. Hopefully the audio will still be okay, and I'll show you what I want to show you in just a second. So this is what I want to show you today. We'll come down here. Try not to shadow it too much. I've been sent a set of LED replacements by Boslla Lighting. Now, as you're aware, I've already got LEDs in the cruiser, but Boslla assure me these ones are good. Now, what's the difference between these and the eBay ones I've got? These have got 4 colours. So at full brightness, they're doing a 6 or 6,500 K light colour, like most good LEDs. But then with a flick of a switch, you can turn them down, and they should be closer to a halogen colour, like a 4,000 or 4,500 Kelvin colour. Flick it again, and you get a yellow light, which they tell me is great in fog or rainy conditions. So I want to try that. One further flick, and they actually flash in yellow mode. It's like a major hazard light. So it's worth a go. Now, I'm not expecting big things between these and the eBay specials in normal mode. I think the big feature will be all these other things that these lights are capable of doing. So I have opened it obviously, but I haven't done much else. So that's the box. Comes with an instruction manual, and there's the lights. So 2 LED lights in here, and the drivers, you can get them with or without CAN bus. I don't need CAN bus. That was a Joint Strike Fighter. Sorry about that. Can't control the Air Force. Anyway, that's them. They look pretty cool. I'll get this one out. I don't think the 2 colours has anything to do with it. I think that's just the way they've done it to be cool. But they're supposed to be a direct replacement. They're supposed to have the same beam pattern as the halogen globe they replace. So we'll fit these up and we'll let you know how they go. So that's pretty well it for the intro into these, and hopefully they'll work out well. Once again, these were sent to me by Boslla Lighting for free for the purposes of my review. Well, we're going out for our night run with the eBay LED lights fitted to the 200 series. So this will give you an idea. I haven't had halogens in this for a few years now, as I've probably mentioned, but I put these LED lights that I found on eBay in it quite a while ago, well, when I first got it, so it's about 3 years. So they're quite a good light, no argument there. There's certainly an improvement over the halogen headlights. So as previously mentioned, this test's going to be more not so much the difference in the light quality of the LEDs, but I may be surprised when I fit the new ones in, but more about the features of the new Boslla lighting. But what I'll do is I'll take you for a run out along the dam wall here and give you a look at it on low beam. It's really pointless me going to high beam. I have got LED high beam upgrades as well, and of course I've got the spotties. Now, needless to say, that's all going to be really good. We're only here to test the low beam between my eBay specials and the Boslla LED lights. And of course I can't do anything of excitement with the eBay lighting. They're on, that's it. That's what you see. And they're substantially brighter than the halogens used to be. They are adjusted down from where the headlights used to be with the halogens in them to stop them creating a glare problem on oncoming drivers, because the intensity of the light was certainly greater, and it would have definitely blinded oncoming drivers if I hadn't adjusted the lighting down. Now, did that against my roller door originally, so the top of the reflected pattern is in the same spot as it was when I had the LEDs. Now, I did have to wind them down, as I said. I think that's a problem and a trap that a lot of people make, or it's a mistake that people make when they do an LED upgrade. They forget that the light is more intense hitting the reflector, and therefore it may bounce out a little bit more than originally thought. So you just wind them down and they're nice. Well, we're just driving into the area I like to test my lighting. It's just down from the dam wall, so you can see a roadway up there with some cars on it, but where I face the lights usually doesn't bother them. Anyhow, we'll get here to the starting position and I'll give you a look, and I usually go for a little drive and show you what they look like under a little bit of a canopy. But my start position, we're nearly there. There's this white sign just here on the left that you can see. I usually line up about there, and that shows you what my low beam's looking at. We'll drive along this canopy bit and I'll give you a look at that, so you know what you're looking at. So, because obviously I'm on tar without much going around over the top or anything like this, so you don't get a good look at what they're like in here. Now, needless to say, if you're for driving of a night, you're probably going to have all your high beams and stuff on anyway, but we want better low beam for driving around the streets and stuff, don't we? Because let's face it, guys, we're mostly on a low beam. More often than not, that's the lighting we're using. So it's good to have a decent low beam. Now, I've been very happy with these eBay lights, but thanks to the generosity of Boslla Lighting, I get to try out these new ones. So we'll see what they look like. Now, it would be really nice, and I'm hoping that the new Boslla lights are an improvement over this, because technology's changed in the last few years. So quite possibly the new Boslla lighting will be better than this. Okay, well, I'm outside with the car. That is the low beam from an outside camera. I'll give you a look at what that looks like as if you're coming towards it. So that's them there. So that's what they look like at that distance, about 50 odd metres. So that pretty well covers that bit. So tomorrow we'll be into changing them over. So just walking back to the car now. So we'll head home, pull the pin on it for tonight, and we shall fit up the Boslla lighting kit into the cruiser tomorrow, and we'll get back to you. Okay, we're going to get into the install onto the cruiser now. Now, just to tell you a few things that have happened, this is quite a while since I actually set out to do the fitting. The reason is just a whole combination of things. There was some weather issues, there was some problems with time, and I just didn't get it done. So sorry Boslla, but they've been very good and patiently waiting for me to get this done, so we'll get into it. Alright, the first tool I need is a flathead screwdriver, so we can undo these clips down here. Now all it takes to undo the clips on a 200 series is push the centre down, and the screwdriver is literally just so you can pull them out. The centre actually releases them, but I can't get my fingernails under there because I haven't got fingernails. well, not enough anyway, so things like that. So you've just got these clips here in the center, not much to them, as you can see. These are genuine Toyota clips. I don't know if any other clip would actually work. Complete side note, I got all new ones put in this when I first bought the car, because weirdly enough the dealer didn't have any clips in this panel at all, so I made him go and get some. I don't know where he got them. I don't know if he stole them off a brand new car, what. But anyway, that is a whole other story, isn't it? So you get these clips off, and I've got to learn not to shake my head as fast. Apologies on that, because you'll be seeing things at 100 miles an hour if I turn my head too quick, eh? As you can tell, I'm shooting with the camera on my head, so hopefully you're seeing what I'm seeing. Now, all the clips are undone. Just lift the shroud off, and that's it. It's out of there. In my shed here, in the mess, this goes and lives there. So next thing we're going to need to do is get the spanner for that, which is either a 10 or a 12, I reckon. I'm going to go dig me ratchets out, because I just think that'll be quicker. Okay, well, it turned out to be 12 mil, so just rip these out. Now I've got me ratchet out of my socket set here, just because it's easy on that one, and I keep a little tray of things here, but this bolt here is quite long. My socket won't go right down there, so I've got a ratchet ring. Now you don't need to see or care what's involved in undoing that, so we'll show you when we get to the next bit. Right, now the next stage is taking off the battery terminals. Obviously these turn out to be 10 mil. Now I've only got this one here to undo as an actual terminal, and that'll lift off. Now remembering this is an accessory battery on this vehicle. A lot of 200s have 2 start batteries, so if you have 2 start batteries, it'll be similar process, but both your batteries are connected to the starter, so bear that in mind. But this one has separate start and accessory batteries, so we can just undo that. Now I'm going to do an old trick that I've found recently, that is tie this stuff up with a zip tie or an hockey strap or something to get out of the way, because you tend to drop cables behind your batteries and forget they're there. Next thing you know, something's not working because you haven't hooked it up because it fell down. So I'll find some gear to tie them back with, and I'll show you that in a moment. Right, now all I've done there is zip tied all my cables together, put them on a hockey strap and tied them out the way, and they're completely out of the way of this battery now, so there should be nothing left. Apparently things are being adjusted. Should be nothing left to stop that coming out. So everything out the way, I've double checked it, everything's undone, so there's nothing in the way of getting the battery out. These are tied up so I won't lose them. I forgot how heavy these bloody batteries are. Feel a bit muscly. Holy crap. Now I don't like putting batteries on concrete. They say you shouldn't. I doubt whether it really matters for a short time, but anyway. I've got a milk crate. It's on there. Now don't forget that hook has to go back in here when you're putting the battery back in. It falls out otherwise, just on its own, which is a bit of a nuisance. Right, so our next step here is to get into the back of this light and figure out how to fit them. Now it's been bloody ages since I've done anything with this, so we'll just have to work it out as we go along. And you can probably see the connections there, the wire. That's the back of the light. I don't honestly remember how it all comes out. That heatsink thing unscrews, but pretty sure this rubber's got to come off. So when I work it out, I'll show you. Okay, well, as I've got previous headlight here, now I've worked it out. The adapters are all done. So this is literally turn that anti-clockwise, pull it out, and that's out of its fitting. I didn't have to do the dust cover at all. Now, bloody plugs and we don't get on. So, as soon as I work out how to undo that, we'll be sweet. Ah, there you go. Clip it the other way, Stephen. There you go. Now that is a perfectly functioning LED. There's nothing wrong with it. But we're replacing it with the new Boslla lights because they tell me they're good, and I'm going to try them and find out. So I'll go and grab one. Leave that up there. Here's one I prepared earlier. Now, I haven't got the driver connected to it yet. Boslla say in their instructions that this little plastic kit here has to come off. I dare say it's just because it creates more heat or something. So there's your LED, ready to go. Watch this, hands from nowhere, faithful assistant. See that? There she is. Right. So there's only one way that can go. It's got a screw apart up here. So that's your driver. Screw it on. I haven't put this in yet because I want to test it before it's in the car. Just need a hand to come in from out of nowhere to hold that. There we go. That clips in. So, hand from nowhere, can you go and flick on the lights for me? Please. Now, I have no idea what light's going to come on where or anything else. Right, geez, that's bright. Okay, that's all good. Turn it back off again. We know that works. So I'm now going to fit that into its slot, which should be pretty straightforward. It's only a matter of turning it until you find the way it sits. And of course, there's probably 11 ways to do that. So it took me ages. Anyway, that's in there again. So I'll just get Kaz to turn the light on in the car. There you go, it's on. All right, now these are supposed to change colour and stuff, so give me 1 second. Sorry if I just shook the hell out of yours. I really want to get a good spot here because this is the first test of their abilities theoretically. So down I go. All right, now I'm not looking straight at the light because we'll go blind. If you could turn that off and on quickly. It's definitely yellow. Do it again, please. That is really yellow. And one more time. That's strobing again. Right, that's the normal low beam. Turn it off, leave it off for a minute, because it should only change colours if you're doing it in quick succession. So that should have been long enough. Turn it on again. Yep, so that's its natural state of coming on like that. Okay, so that's that one on, and that one on. They look similar brightness. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, switch them off, please. But I'm just going to put most of that back together, and we'll. It's the reverse of what we did. So just a matter of tucking this away, putting the battery back in, and going from there. Now it's a pretty straightforward fit. It's actually more work just getting the bloody battery out. All right, I'll put that back in. I'll get back to you in a moment.
What we're doing here is reconnecting the battery. Steve prefers to do the positive first. Any particular reason why?
No, not really. It probably electrically doesn't matter. I think you're better off to put the negative on last, but I don't 100% know why. I guess there's less chance of sparking of a negative lead, but that may not be the case. I don't know. But I always do the negatives last when I'm connecting. So it's just the reverse of what we did when I undid it all. Seeing as how Karen's filming, I'll play for the lights again and let her do the filming. They should be off.
That's on.
It's on. So it should go through the colours now. More yellow.
More yellow.
Really yellow.
Really yellow.
Strobing.
And now strobing. And back to normal.
All right,
wow.
So that's what those lights are supposed to do. So we'll test those in the dark. Now, I could film me doing all of that again on the start battery side, but you've seen what you do. You take a battery out, unscrew it from its factory fitting. It's pretty straightforward. Put the globe in, plug it in, put it all back together. So I really don't see a need for you to see me do it all again on the driver's side. Unless something, on the passenger side, sorry, the start battery. Unless something goes wrong, the next thing you'll see is when they're both connected and working together. Well, we know that the right-hand driver's side light works, so here we go. We're on. Off, on. Yep, definitely yellower. Again. Yep, again. That's rather cool. I'm just going to try and get further back, guys, so I can see them both. I don't think I'll be able to, as I can't get far enough back in my shed. No. Anyway, as you can see, they work. Let's go back to normal load boom, Cass. Alright, that's the colour of the light. Looks about the same as my old eBay specials. We'll test these out in the dark. That's about all I can tell you for now. I'm going to refit the shroud. Now, I don't need to show you to do that. It's the reverse of what we did when we undid it. And put the car to bed until it gets dark. Alright, darkness is upon us. So I'm off up the road to test them out. Now, I've got to say, they haven't gone very far, but the light quality out of the Boslla LED lights, now they're in their normal full brightness mode, is very good. They are nice and clear and bright. I hope that shows up on the camera. They do look, to my eye, a little bit nicer than the previous eBay specials. So that's good. I like the colour. I haven't tried the softer colours as yet. I thought I'll just drive out here along the same bit of road I drove on last time. I've actually started talking a little bit earlier than last time. I'm not up on the damn wall yet. But we're coming up to a turn off very soon. But I got to say that in this mode, which is normal headlight mode, which is the way I will usually run them, they're very good. So that's a great thing. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, I was hoping they would be certainly not worse than the eBay lights, but at the moment they look very good. So we're coming up to the dam. I live very close to a dam, so the dam wall is literally near my place, and the road runs along the top of it. So the lighting, now we're on a darker section of road, looks really good. So I'm impressed with that colour, how it's lighting up the signs. how it's lighting up the road surface itself. It's looking very nice. So it's hard to fault that, really. So I'll wait till these cars are gone, and then I'll try the next level down, see how that looks like. So we'll see how this goes. Now this is probably not advisable driving on the road while you're actually moving, because you go from lights to no lights, but it's only for a second, so I'll just wait till I get around this corner a bit. I'll give it a run, see how it looks. Okay, well that's down in the next level down, which is supposed to be more a halogen style, but it's not really. It's definitely got a yellow to it with a white top, so I'm not sure exactly how that does that. I don't know whether that's both the yellow and the white LEDs on together at a lesser power, or what that is. It's not an unpleasant light. It's certainly not as bright, or doesn't look as bright to me as the straight white LED, but you can see with it, no trouble at all. There's no way it would be dazzling anybody, that's for sure. So it's quite good. This looks like it might be an ambulance or something coming towards me. Yeah, it's an ambo. So yeah, they're not an unpleasant light, and I reckon you could drive on that pretty well anytime you wanted to, and it wouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, that's not bad actually. It's certainly a yellow tinge, there's no doubt about it. That is just straight yellow. Yeah, that's going to work well in the rain and the fog, I think. That's the strobing. I won't leave that on. That's me white. All right, I'll take you down to the test area where I normally test them. So I won't show you this going back, but I'll take you down in the in my usual zone and give you a look at that. So I'll get up on the road here, and you can be back with me when I've done that. Okay, I've turned onto my roadway where I usually do my testing. So obviously the other road is still above me here, and we'll get into the darker part shortly. But they're a good looking light on the road, there's no doubt about that. I would definitely rate them as being a nicer quality light where they're hitting the tar compared to what the eBay ones were, in my opinion, at the moment. So anyway, that's what they look like there. So I'll go, you can see my sign that I shined up last time in the distance there, so I'll try and get myself the park in roughly the same spot, just to show you what you can see of that sign. I pretty well drove through these drains and stopped somewhere here. Now it's my belief that sign's lit up better, but you know, I could be completely wrong. Anyway, we'll do the other bit now. So that's what that bit of road looks like on that colour. That's the next level down. That's still pretty acceptable, isn't it? And you can still see that sign, I'm sure of it. We'll do it again, straight to yellow. They're actually, I don't mind them on yellow, they're not as hitting the sign as hard, but they're pretty good. And that's the strobing, which I really don't think you'd want very often. And that's that light. So I'll do the drive down the grass now like I did last time and give you a look at that. They're pretty impressive so far, no doubt. Yeah, obviously it's still low beam, but you know, that's what we're here to test. You know, if I go to high beam, I'll beats it of course, but that was with spotties. But we're here testing low beam, so we won't fiddle with that. We'll do my section down here on the dirt that I always do, and show you what they'd be like in a more off-road environment. Now, as previously mentioned, more than likely if you're in an off-road environment you have your high beam on, but let's just say you haven't for some reason. So here we are. My grass has grown up a bit since last time I was here, so that's going to change how it looks. Crikey. It's really grown up. Oh dear. Anyway, you still get the idea. We've had a bit of rain since last time when I started this particular review. So that grass is considerably longer. I'm actually quite glad that's reasonably bright. Now we'll have a look at it. Well, the yellow white isn't looking too bad either in here. It's pretty acceptable. So yeah, you can see quite easily what's going on without as much reflection off stuff by the look of it, so that's probably a good thing. We'll try the yellow. Actually, straight yellow isn't bad in here at all. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I don't think it's too bad. So for obvious reasons, we're not going to try and drive along in strobing yellow, so we'll flick straight through that and back to the main light again. Right. Well, I think they're pretty good. And I'm not sure, well, I don't think it's a gimmick. I think the multicolour is probably a very good idea. Now I will test them. I don't know how I can test them for video because I'm going to get this to you guys as soon as possible, so I really can't see how I'm going to test them in the rain and the fog, but I might do a follow-up down the track after I've driven with them in rain and fog and let you know my thoughts. I don't know if I'll be able to get footage of them in rain and fog, but I'll let you know what I think of them in it. But as a beam, they're quite good, there's no doubt about that. I'm not minding that yellow white either. It's a lot yellower than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more like a halogen, sort of a warm white, but it does put a reasonable amount of yellow in, but it's still got a white top. That's how it looks anyway. It looks yellow in close and white further afield. I'll get a good look at this when I give you a look at it from parked in front of it when I walk away. But yeah, it's an interesting colour. Go to yellow. Straight yellow looks like it eliminates where that white top was, so it just shortens the beam a bit by the look of it. This long grass is sort of helpful for that, gives you an idea. But it's definitely a full yellow colour, there's no doubt about it. It's pretty cool though, no doubt. It is very cool. You come out of that grass and it's easy to see. So I would hazard to guess that even on yellow, that is still nicer than driving around on a halogen globe. Now I've tested the Ranger in here on halogen lights and I can tell you I didn't like it, I really didn't. Whereas this yellow light here, it's not annoying, but just trying it a bit quicker now on here. It's on a completely unlit area. It is a little bit harder to see what's happening. So we'll do the double flick again. We're back to white, and definitely white goes further. There's no argument. The white is definitely going a considerable distance further than the yellow. But I think that's what you would want in the rain and the fog. So I don't think there's any problem there. Alright, I'll get this set up like I did last time, showing you from the front on the outside on the other camera, and that should hopefully pretty well wrap it up, I think. So as soon as I get this parked without running into anything. Fortunately I've got a pretty decent reverse light, so I can see what's going on. I'll try to get this position for you guys so I get back in the same spot, or as close to possible to the same spot as I was last time, to give you a good point of reference. Which, as it's been a little while, I would have loved to have done this a lot closer to when I did the other bit, but unfortunately guys, things don't always work out that way. And I'm fairly confident that this is about where I was. And I don't point directly at that sign, I point up the road. So that's looking straight up the road on low beam. That's high beam with the spotties on. That's high beam with the spotties off. That's low beam. Alright, I will set up the other camera and give you a squish from out there. Alright guys, well that's standing next to the truck, and I'd say you'd agree that's a pretty decent light. So we'll walk away and give you a look at it. Now I honestly think, looking at that sign reflecting, in my eye, that's doing better than the eBay lights were. I'll walk out to close to that sign, which is about 50 odd metres from where I'm parked. Although funnily enough, once you get out here, like last time, it's the camera lens here itself, that sign's pretty well gone into the darkness. Well, I'll walk out as far as it. I'll turn this around and give you a look at how they look. That's them from about 50 metres away on low beam, so I don't reckon that looks too bad at all. Now for the point of oncoming traffic, they're adjusted pretty well, they're not going to blind you. Now bear in mind, I've wound my lights down when I initially put the last lot of LEDs in, so the cut-off is where the halogen cut-off was previously, which I think is important. I think a lot of people put LED upgrades into their cars and they don't readjust their reflectors. I think that's where people run into problems. Boslla tell me these lights are designed to replicate the beam pattern exactly as your halogen would, and I've got no reason to think that's not the case. So you put a halogen globe into that reflector and they should work exactly the same way. Okay, step 2, the white yellows. Now I still reckon that's a pretty good bloody light. It's surprising to me how good that light is. It's softer when you're walking in front of it, not looking back towards it for sure. Still getting reflection off that side, which I think's not bad, but the camera's not going to show that sign very well, as you'd expect. But it's going pretty good, so I'm getting out towards the sign again. Now, I'm sure that this video's not all that exciting, guys, but you know, watching a camera walk into darkness, in fact, it's pretty dull there. So I'll flip it round. And oh, that's interesting. I don't know how that looks to you guys, but from this far back they look white, but as you get closer and as you look on the ground in front of the car, they go distinctly yellow. I don't know how that's showing up on the camera, but it's my belief I'm walking in white light now, and as I'm getting to about halfway to 25 metres, the light's becoming distinctly yellow. And I reckon I'm walking into a yellower beam now. But looking at the light, like looking straight at the light, they still look white. Even lowering myself down, they still look white. That's quite incredible. I don't know how they do that. Alright, that's the, obviously that's the yellow white. That's the straight yellow. Definitely not as long. Definitely not as long. I'm only going to walk out probably half as far to show you where I think the beam becomes pointless, which I reckon is about half a distance to 2/3, so maybe to 30 metres before they get a bit crappy. You can see them reflecting, but they're not really usable out here. So halfway, and yeah, I think my feet are out of the usable beam, but distinctly yellow, obviously yellow, and I reckon that's going to be pretty good in the fog. I think I'll use that definitely in fog and rain. I'll crank them on like that for sure, because I think that's pretty interesting. And of course, for a little bit of fun, I'm going to go to Strobe. So I want to see what this looks like. Now you're always going to have the parker on, so that's going to be visible. I'm not going to go too far out, I'm going to confuse the shit out of that traffic up above me. But anyway, it's on another road, so it doesn't really matter. So there they go, strobing away. Now, I can't imagine I'd have much use for that unless I happen to be a wide load escort or running along the road ahead of a bunch of push bikes or something, which I don't do, but maybe, I don't know. But that's pretty interesting. No doubt that's very different. And just for a little bit of party humour, I'll throw the hazards on, because why not? You know, let's face it, why not? I'm not going too far away because probably looks a bit silly. And as it happens, they're flashing opposite each other. That's probably pure coincidence. I know there's a different strobe rate, they'll come together in a minute. Anyway, the hazards are more orange than the headlights, but okay. It's probably enough real silliness there. So back to the headlights, and as I did last time, I have the key in my pocket so the car still beeps at me. So as I did last time, I walk out to this sign, which to the naked eye is well illuminated, but as you'll see on the camera, there's a reflection there, but it's not very good, even though I'm seeing reasonable shadows from behind me. But I'd have to say I'm pretty impressed. But just to prove a difference, that is just with my little light on the camera. reflecting off the side. Now my camera light's doing that, not the car headlights. Unlike a test I did with another set of lighting a while ago, when I thought the car headlights would light me up enough, and I found out they didn't. So now I've got a light on my camera so you can see me. Anyway, I'm walking back towards the car. I reckon they're good. They are good lights, and I think they're going to be very good for what they're designed to do. I'm pretty impressed with them so far. So I'd like to thank Boslla Lighting for giving me these lights for free for the purpose of review. They do not care if I bag the crap out of the lights or not. I can't bag the crap out of them. I think they're a good light, so they're working well. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy these lights. So thanks again to Boslla Lighting for supplying me these lights. And I'm supposed to get a set of H7s off them to try in the Ranger. I can't wait for that, really. That's going to be cool. But these lights are awesome. Very impressed. If you like this video, please put a like on it. If you're new to the channel and you like these kind of videos, consider subscribing. Click the bell for notifications. That way, as soon as I put up new content, you'll know it in your inbox. If you're an old hand and you've been here a while, thanks again for your support and taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I do tend to crap on a bit, but you know, hopefully you don't mind what I do. Alright, thanks again guys, it's been great, and I'm really looking forward to giving these lights a better run. But so far so good. They definitely look better than my eBay lights. That's a dead set bonus. So have a good one guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Cheers.